was when the ladies started getting into the conversation to ask questions. Tommy responded to them in a disrespectful way, in my opinion, right? And I've already said it. If a man is freely and willing to just disrespect women for any reason, I take offense to that personally, right?
That's why your wife married a loser. I bet every time your wife saw me, she realized she married a loser. She looked at your ass wearing a ski mask in 98-degree weather and realized she fucked up. Every time you wake up, your wife is mad. Every time you sleep, she hope you don't wake up. Your wife is sitting there right now. I bet your bitch laughing right now as I'm clowning you, nigga.
After you rage quit the second time, that's when I
how
said,
he keeps talking. This
let me
see. After you rage quit, after you were sensitive, they just won't do it and then think the shit funny. You arguing like a bitch. You literally talk like a bitch. Y'all would not sit there and keep talking to a grown man like this in their fucking face.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
All that.
Go ahead, Eda, man. You've been patient. What is it that you got to say?
This is interesting because I thought this dynamic of conversation would be different. So I think we have to get to a point where we should question people's ideology without attacking.
Stay your ass on camera if you want to be on the show. Go ahead. I'm talking about me in the back. Go ahead.
Oh no. Okay. So Tommy will tell you that me and him had a disagreement. He said something about marriage that I heard that I thought was crazy. And instead of me assuming, when I had a chance to get on the panel with him, instead of me assuming what he meant by, I said, hey, what do you mean by this, that, and the third? And surprisingly, what he did was he said, hey, I'm for marriage. I think more men should actually get married. Now they need to get married to the right person. And he went down a whole different, so my perception of what he was going to say versus what he actually said was something totally different. So I think sometimes what we do is we take clips of videos and we say, this is that person's character. And we don't ask enough questions to understand what's their really underlying mindset behind what they think. And when you assume, you actually lose the argument every time, in my opinion.
There are plenty of people who say the exact same thing. They've had a discussion with me because I'm literally open to having it with anyone. I don't ask no loaded questions. If Brownsville came onto my show, I wouldn't ask any loaded questions, and we wouldn't sit there in the comment section just calling you fucking names. We would literally try to find out what is the place where we're not agreeing and why. And that's what me and E did. He said, like you said, I heard you say something. I thought that shit was crazy, but I also wanted to ask you. So he asked me, and I just sat there and answered. I don't know y'all individually, and if I believe in my message, I want to spread my message. And so I want all people to come and question me about anything you've seen me do or heard me say. But how many conversations, Brownsville, do you see me on a panel where someone's saying, well, you said this. Why'd you say it? You said this. This is what I agree. Nope. Crispy, Blackie. Then when I say something about it, it's, look at him. He emotional. So you fuck with someone to get them to be mad that you're just fucking with them. Then you say, he crying. He crying. These are adults. These motherfuckers ain't 12. They're not 20. If y'all that bothered by something I said 8 years ago, who's the one crying? If y'all need to form a group of people to give a name to something because it bothered you, I didn't make one video to neither one of y'all. Nobody on the fucking panel, nobody in the comment section. I don't know y'all. So that means you went to purposely watch my video and then purposely get offended and now personally hate me because I said something that I had no idea was about you.
So can we actually question what we disagree with? Because I still don't know what y'all disagree with for what he's saying.
So
I don't either.
Let me clear it up, Edaman. Let me clear it up. So here's where the point of contention is. When we had the conversation, the first conversation, it was a respectful conversation. I was asking questions, Tommy was answering them. It was respectful, right? But as soon as the ladies started to chime in and ask him questions, he immediately started to disrespect them, right?
Go watch the show,
names, things of that nature.
Go watch
right?
the show,
then,
E.
Then
neither
Tommy
one of us has to sit here and lie.
Right? Then he
I agree.
rage quit.
I drop it too. By the way,
he keeps lying and miscategorizing.
Hey,
so
Brownsville.
let me get the full thought. But I would drop it uninterrupted. I won't put no stops and pauses. I would just let it play so this way people can have their own thought patterns on it. I would drop it.
Hey, Brownsville. Real quick, brother. Oh, my bad, bro. My bad. Go ahead, my G.
Y'all gotta let him finish.
Don't do that with Smitty.
Anytime I speak, I always got 3 or 4 dudes want to interrupt and interject, right? To try to throw me off of my talking point. It ain't gonna work. So the problem is this, Edelman. I didn't assume anything about Tommy Sotomayor before I had a conversation with him, right? I heard of all of these things that he was doing and all of that, but I wasn't worried about that. Matter of fact, we was reviewing a show that he did with DJ Hemp when he jumped up and had the conversation. So when I was asking him questions, I was just asking him questions on the content that we reviewed, right? But the point of contention is the problem started was when the ladies started getting into the conversation to ask questions. Tommy responded to them in a disrespectful way, in my opinion, right? And I've already said it. If a man is freely and willing to just disrespect women for any reason, I take offense to that personally, right? So then that tells me that that's not a man who is worthy of respect. If you're just going to freely and willingly disrespect a woman.
Hey, Brownsville, hey, please, real quick. So 2 words I heard: your opinion and personally. Would you say that disrespect is something that could be subjective, depending upon who's receiving it?
Perfect
question.
Does
Absolutely.
that mean that was actually that man's intention?
That was a good question. Leave it there. That was a good question. Leave it there.
I digress. My mic is muted.
Really good question. Go ahead.
Yes, absolutely. Disrespect is subjective, right? It's even subjective when it comes to me. Because when he was saying all these things about, oh, your wife is fat and all those things, I didn't really take it personally because I knew he was just joking, right? Because I thought a lot of the stuff he say is funny. You know what I'm saying? I don't got to prove how my wife looks. But matter of fact, listen, I'm about to be on the beach in a couple of weeks with my wife, and I'm going to post the pictures, and then I'll let y'all decide if she's fat or not.
So hold on. So Brown,
it was not a joke. And why don't you check PH Diva when she means this?
We haven't turn it back into
that. What I'm saying, we're starting to get to a conversation. Let it be a conversation.
We are having a conversation. Why doesn't he check PH Diva when she's disrespectful every day, all day?
Okay, so let me answer.
That's a good question.
Let me answer that, please, because for some reason y'all keep wanting. Please,
that's a good question. Let me. He asked it to me. Can I answer it?
No, because we already know your answer.
Good.
So why did he ask me the question?
Because he do that.
It's a derailment.
Yeah. No, because I my question haven't been answered, right?
And so what is that, Edelman?
My question is, I understand that you had a problem. Your problem is when he disrespect women in front of you. You lost value. I'm asking, what have he said outside of that disrespect that you disagree with? Because I still don't understand what you disagree with what he's saying. I get that part.
So Edelman, so he said so when he started aggressively talking to PZ, calling them bitches and this, that, and the third.
No, he's saying prior to that.
So now when we was
asking prior to that.
I understand. So when we was having the conversation, this is why he said we didn't have no problems because Tommy and Browns was having a really good back and forth. To be honest.
Oh, okay.
No, right. But he said, what was the problem still? He was saying.
No, he said, so that was the only problem that he actually had with you, right? So that's the only problem he actually had you when you started.
So then why would he start to show off today again to call him?
Okay, so we can get to that if you want that.
Rim's deadbeat dad, and he don't respect me because of the way I talk about black women on my shows. That's what he said. So he does have a problem.
So let me respond to that. So after we had the conversation, after you rage quit the second time, that's when I
how
said,
he keeps talking. This is insane.
Let me.
After you rage quit, after you were sensitive, they just won't do the and then think the shit funny. You're arguing like a bitch. You literally talk like a bitch. Y'all would not sit there and keep talking to a grown man like this in their fucking face. Somebody better met your mouth. You keep talking like that.
So
God
listen,
damn it.
you wanna
You
meet
wouldn't
up
talk to
face
your
to face?
boss like that.
No, we're not
home.
doing that. We are not. We are not. Hold on. Hold on. We are not doing that. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Bitch, you live in the house with.
Hold
Do you
on,
want to
Tommy.
meet up face
Hold
to
on,
face?
Tommy and
Because I
Brown.
guarantee
This
Hold
nigga,
on.
he keep doing
Hold.
it.
everything I say
Hold
online,
on.
Pussy
Hold
won't
on.
have a regular
Hold
conversation.
on. Hold
Just
on.
it was a
Hold on.
simple
Please hold
conversation. It
on.
was a simple
Hold
question.
on.
This nigga
Hold
does the
on.
same thing with his
Hold
big old
on.
round ass face.
Hold on, y'all. We are
Right
not.
after he do the stupid shit.
Hold
because
on. We
I
are
ain't
not going to
listen.
go
Look like
into.
a
We are,
I
fucking
don't gotta
hold
get
on.